as he was when he played, I'm going to go with Sid Luckman. Sid Luckman, given him, if he's as good as
Of course.
if he was, say that again?
I said of course.
If he was as good now as he was then it would be it's an easy no-brainer Sid Luckman because, I mean, he's the greatest Bears quarterback of all time. Not statistically, it's Jay Cutler, but this is at a time when passing
I'd
is
like
much
to
more
talk about Jay Cutler in a future podcast. Just going without record.
I would actually like that too.
I agree with that. I'm
Probably
fine with that.
one of my top 3 topics that I'd like to talk about. But
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah, but I would have to go with Sid Luckman because he won, 4 or 5 championships with the Bears. And, I mean, he was one of the greatest quarterbacks of the time at that time. So, if we're saying,
as you learned last week in trivia, he is number 2 in all-time Bears passing yards.
I know. I can't believe I didn't say that. Here's the thing. You guys give me questions that are so obvious that I don't go with. I want obscure questions.
I kind of want to ask Colin this one just to see it. I feel like he would get it, though. Colin, would you be ready for a little Bears quarterback trivia?
I'm ready for any type
Okay.
of Bears trivia.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Name 2 of the top 3 Bears, like Bears quarterbacks leaders in passing yards. So name 2 of the top 3. So blank and blank.
It's hard because Sid Luckman was one that I knew. That's tough. I'm gonna have to go with Jay Cutler as one of them. Maybe.
Can you guess the third?
Jay Cutler. No,
No, can
No,
you
guess the third.
what the
No,
third one
only
is? I think
two.
the third one's the hardest.
only 2.
Right.
You're guessing 2 of the 3.
But if I
Okay,
could say Sid Luckman, Jay Cutler, and a third, that would be top. All
Okay.
3.
Well, you don't even need to say the third because
got
you
it.
are correct.
Yeah.
Jay Cutler is number 1 with, I think it's 23, maybe 24,000 yards. And then we have Sid Luckman, who's right at about 16,000. And then Jim Harbaugh. Yash actually got him last week.
I'm
He's at about-
blown away, but no, I
I
don't. That
wouldn't
wasn't
have said
Yash.
it.
That was Chris.
I can take that one.
No, Yash is good.
That was
good.
Chris that got Jim Harbaugh, not Yash.
Chris got Jim Harbaugh.
Was it Chris? Oh, I
Yeah.
think it
Shout
was
out to Chris.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have gotten
Yeah,
that.
shout out
Chris
to
Brown,
Chris-
baby,
yeah,
the
Chris
Chris
Brown.
Brown.
The Chris Brown.
Yes, absolutely.
He'll
But,
be making an appearance sometime soon.
Yeah, hopefully we can get Chris back on. But yeah, boys, I've had a really fun time tonight with our 3rd edition of After Dark Spread Out Sports. I mean, Rags, do you have anything else to say? Colin, Yash?
No, I'll say this. I know we should have plugged this in the beginning of the podcast, but it's the end, so I'm just gonna do it anyway.
I think you might not have said it.
Um,
Dang. Stuff happens on After Dark.
Listen, guys, look forward. We're recording an episode on Saturday. Hopefully, we have a plan to record an episode.
Hopefully with a special guest,
with
very
a
special
very
guest.
special guest that a lot of Bears Twitter people that are involved in Bears Twitter, little inner circle, you want to call it, would know. So we have a little special guest joining us on Saturday. That is my dog barking. I apologize for that. But I won't say his
Shout out,
name.
Eddie.
I won't say his name. It's a hint that is a guy. All right. I won't say his name, but we are recording an episode this Saturday. And look for the...
It'll be very exciting. Please check out the Twitter on Saturday during the day, if not Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, gonna be really exciting. Really
Yeah.
exciting stuff.
I'm excited for it. We can roll to the end if you want, or I got one more thing that I wanted to talk about, but we can roll to the end if you want.
What do you got? You got something else a little small on the
it's-
table?
Get it
here?
off your chest, Ben.
Say that again.
Depends how we're doing on time here, basically.
we got 11 minutes.
Okay, we got 11 minutes late on.
Well, honestly, it's whether or not everyone else has this list, and I think you can come up with it pretty quickly. Just to finish it off, top 5 or top 10 Bears of the 21st century. All right, and I to say I'll go first.
Okay.
I'll go first.
Just do top 5. We're only at 11 minutes. We don't
I'm
got
just
time.
gonna let you know I'm doing a top 10 no matter what. I have top 10 already set, so I'm doing a top
Oh
10.
my god. Okay,
Oh my
go
gosh,
fast then.
so many
Go
good
fast.
ones.
I can do top
man
10
wrote it
quickly. I just have to do it. I've been wanting to talk about this so bad. All right, I'm gonna go really quickly with my top 10. I got at number 10, Brandon Marshall. All right, not many people. I couldn't put Alshon in there because Alshon is partially a traitor. I actually always like Brandon Marshall, so Brandon Marshall is my number 10 favorite Bear. All right, at number 9, All right, I got Mike Brown. All right, and this is not best. This is favorite Bears. Mike Brown, what a phenomenal safety, getting those back-to-back pick sixes in OT to win us 2 back-to-back games versus the Browns and the Niners. Mike Brown is number 9 for me. Number 8 is Double A Anthony Adams. That dude, the reason he's in my top 10.
Spice Adams.
Spice, baby.
Also known as probably my favorite Instagram star. Let's just put it that way.
Dude,
He has
dude is
he's
a
gone
meme.
viral several times.
That dude is a meme that people don't realize that he is. That meme is Spice Adams. People don't realize that. But Spice Adams, all right, he wasn't always the most talented Bear, but he's on my list. Number 7, I got Olin Kreutz. Absolutely got to throw Olin Kreutz in there. I'll just jump through this really quick. I got 6, Robbie Gould. All right, I got 5, Lance Briggs. I got 4, Matt Forte. Number 3, Peanut. Of course, got to throw in Peanut right there, that invented and just perfected the Peanut punch. Number 2, Brian Urlacher. And, of course, numero uno, my favorite player that isn't Walter Payton, it's Devin Hester. Devin Hester is my man. I love D-Hess, man. I absolutely love D-Hess. And you guys can go with the top 5. I just had to say it.
That was a great list. Absolutely great.
So you guys...
Colin, do you want to go or you want me to kick it off here?
Kick it off, buddy.
Okay. I'm gonna go in no specific order here. Not like who's my favorite, who's my 5th favorite. No, I'm not gonna do any of that. First player that comes to mind for me, and it was my first Bears jersey as well. That's Matt Forte. Bears legend at the running back position, absolute phenom at catching the ball. I think he's forever going to be a great in the Bears running back system. My second one would be Brian Urlacher, of course, the bald legend who now has hair. brought us to our first Super Bowl since '85. So of course we got to appreciate the greatness in that. The next one would be Devin Hester, the guy who made easily my favorite Bears play since I've been a Bears fan, and that's returning the opening kickoff of the Super Bowl. I mean, how could any of us forget that? I mean, that was honestly just an incredible moment. My next one would have to be Brandon Marshall, like Rag said. Love Brandon Marshall. Absolutely great wide receiver for the Bears. And he was such a character, too. Like he's one of those guys that you always love to listen to in the post-game talk or in the media. So definitely shout out to Brandon Marshall. And then my last one would have to be the modern-day legend that I just mentioned, Khalil Mack. Thank you, John Gruden. Praise be John Gruden.
Thank you.
I'll move this on to Yasher Colin real quick so we can get this hammered
I'll
out.
go real quick. I'll let Colin go for 5. I'm only going to go for 3.
Okay.
Like Ben said, these aren't the best Bears, right?
No.
But they're the Bears that live in our hearts.
And I did forget Peanut. I did want to add.
We love Peanut, okay. But my Bears are Bears that I guarantee are going to be in none of these lists.
Okay.
Number 3, my boy Sam Hurd. Practice squad receiver, got busted for selling. Started a drug ring. Started a drug ring in Chicago. I just think, not endorsing anything, I think that's fucking hilarious. The fact that you make league minimum $600,000 a year, and you feel like you have to go and start some kind of cocaine ring. That's fucking hilarious. My number 2 is going to be my boy Hunter Hillenmeyer.
I remember him, dude.
I love that.
Always that 4th linebacker and that on that Urlacher Briggs team that never quite would crack that spot. You know, it was just always laughable watching him out there. He was slow as shit. My number 1 favorite Bear has to be my boy.
Is this going to be legitimate?
Caleb Haney.
Oh,
Caleb
my
Haney.
God.
Watching him struggle in the pocket will be a Bears memory.
Dude, that's making me flashback to BJ Raji dancing on us in the end zone. I can't do it.
All right,
We'll never forget those plays.
Now it's the Packers on the docket on Thursday, dude. I can't think about that NFC Championship game.
All right, let's send it over to Colin.
I can't do it. Colin, what do you got first? You got 3, you got 5.
I got 5.
Okay.
I'm going to make it quick, but I just want to say it's probably the most outright out of all 3 of us. Or let's say 4 of us out of you 3. I'm not going in any order. Easy there, Ben. I'm going to go ahead and just start naming them off the list I got here. That
doesn't have to be in order.
Together. Thomas Jones.
Love it. Absolutely love it.
Our boy.
T. Jones.
I'll admit I forgot him out of there.
I was so sad when he went to the Jets, bro. No, Cedric Benson. Dude.
Come on,
Cedric Benson. R.I.P. Cedric Benson.
Right. I actually recently was speaking to Thomas Jones through Instagram Messenger. That is not a lie. I have proof.
Okay.
That was last year. And then let's move on to my next one. Adewale Ogunleye.
I love that. I love that.
I like that.
He was a prince.
If we're talking about someone who also brought a defensive presence, I think he was extremely underrated when he was in the league. Granted, I was younger. I just remember playing football when I was younger, and that'd be the guy that I wanted to be, other than Brian Urlacher.
I like that. That's a good one.
I like that.
I'm going to go ahead. A present Bear that I have loved since day one that he stepped on the field, Kyle Fuller. I've loved Kyle Fuller. When he leaves the Bears, let's knock on wood. Hopefully he doesn't. I will be devastated.
Thank God he go to the Packers, dude. Holy crap.
And one that just missed the list that just went to the Packers, Adrian Amos.
Yeah.
One of my favorites of all time.
I really liked him.
My top 10 list. Would make my top 10 list. Okay?
I really liked him.
My next two. All right? This is someone who throughout my whole entire grammar school, elementary school career, I stuck up for because my dad did. Mr. Jay Cutler himself. I love Jay Cutler well to the day he dies. And to the day I die, quite frankly.
I love that.
I honestly think that people gave him such a hard time. He had a terrible offensive line for over half his career.
Coordinators every
Mike Martz.
Yeah.
Mike
Martz freshman.
I don't even want to go into it.
Hey, Mike Martz, don't come on our podcast. Screw you.
I just want Jay Cutler to be a completely separate topic.
He's going to be the Bears game on Thursday.
We could do a whole Jay Cutler episode.
Literally, though.
Who's your number one?
Favorite quarterback. I just gave it away. My favorite player.
Rex Grossman?
How did you know? Just kidding. My favorite Bears player of all time. I've never liked the Bear more. Never had more faith in Mitchell Trubisky.
Yes, I love it.
That's not because I'm on the podcast. That's because I have a jersey signed by him. I've met him in real life. I thought he was kind of pompous, but that doesn't matter. I've gotten past that. I think my favorite Bears player of all time. I love the draft pick. No matter what happens, I have more faith in him than I have in any other Bears quarterback I've ever seen. So I'm going to leave it at that.
I love that.
We'll see this year, dude. We'll see. Starting Thursday.
Hey,
I'm going to throw one more and make mine a Mount Rushmore, 4 instead of 3. Tim Jennings. Solid corner.
I actually was going to have him on my list.
Solid corner. Always the small guy.
I like that.
165 pounds. Led the league in interceptions.
Yeah, I like that, bro. I like that. Rags, I was also thinking about a name you mentioned earlier, which is Olin Kreutz. Absolutely fantastic. Probably the best center in Bears history ever.
I love Olin Kreutz. Olin Kreutz and Bulldog Turner are both the best centers.
Cockeyed as well. Also cockeyed. Seriously.
Really?
100% was cockeyed. Meaning your eyes go like in.
Okay.
Fun fact.
Man, I could. Okay. Hey, I like it.
I believe it.
Hey, the more you know.
I'm being honest.
All right. Well,
there you go.
That's our sound effect.
Me going. All right. Well,
that's it. Soundbite.
I think that wraps us up. This will probably be our only podcast pre Bears game Thursday. So by the time our next podcast come out,
Let's go, boys. Bears Nation.
Hey,
come on.
Let's go, Bears. Let's go.
We'll have our predictions on record. What's your prediction for Thursday, bro?
Score
prediction.
35-17.
Okay.
I love it.
I like it.
I love it. All right. Well,
I love it.
We will either be very happy or very sad after the next podcast.
You'll tell by our tone.
Yes. Thank you guys for listening. Like, subscribe, follow, all that stuff. Check us out on all those platforms and everything, and comment, letting us know.
And of course, new suggestions on Twitter for any After Dark segments that you may think of.
Yes.
We kept it a little more baseline, a little more open today. Like, obviously, we went with our trivia as per usual, but we're always open to other suggestions. But boys, it was great. Thank you to Colin and Yash for being on the episode today.
Thank you for having me.
Big round of applause to the boys. Hopefully, we'll have them on next week as well for another After Dark recording. That's it for me here in Normal, Illinois. The Rags, you got anything to say from Palatine here?
That's about it. Just thank you guys for listening, and stay tuned for our episode recording Saturday. And all right. Thank you guys.
Absolutely. Stay on the lookout.
Yes. All right. Thank you guys, and that's Spread Out Sports for you.